Last Wednesday, on the 11th of June 2025, Brian Wilson has passed away at the age of 82. My heart is so heavy. It has been 1 week and I am still deeply affected by this. Brian Wilson, the beauty of his work is unmatched. Brian's gift was God-given. He created harmonies from heaven with the boys, his precious brothers Dennis and Carl Wilson. They were the core of the Beach Boys. There have been so many tributes to Brian from such a variety of people from all over the world. It's emotional every day. But I really need to create my own video, and there are things left to say about Brian's achievements. At the core, he created the sound of the Beach Boys, the sound of California, and Pet Sounds. What a magnitude of achievements. And yet there is so much more. In 1967, Brian Wilson created Smile and left it unreleased for decades. This music is avant-garde, experimental, and yet so accessible and addictive. Then there is Mount Vernon and Fairway, a Fairytale EP with incredible music. And the Beach Boys Love You, an album full of synthesizer-drenched music and almost juvenile lyrics, so playful and joyful. Brian was envied by the Beatles, by Paul McCartney, and he was a huge influence for Benny Andersson and the sound of ABBA. In the mid-70s, Björn and Benny got to meet Brian in America. Unfortunately, this was during a time when Brian's mental health was at one of its many low points. Björn and Benny felt uncomfortable and perplexed. It is a miracle that Brian Wilson outlived despite his demons, and even more so, that he had a shining solo career in the past 30 years, even with live concerts and with some of his greatest, most masterful works, in my opinion. Again, his unreleased works are amongst his greatest treasures, the Andy Paley sessions in the 1990s. Then there is his album Imagination and the magnificent That Lucky Old Sun, two of my absolute personal favorites. Brian even went back to revisit the abandoned Smile and finished it. In 2018, I saw Brian Wilson live in concert. This was the best concert I have ever seen. One of the most extraordinary things was Brian's presence. He sat there and it felt as if light surrounded him. In 2012, he came back with the Beach Boys one more time to create their final album, That's Why God Made the Radio. There could not have been a better farewell. If you want to have a taste, listen to the final 3 songs. This is an epic conclusion to an amazing musical adventure, an unforgettable fairy tale that actually happened. And yet, despite creating all of this music, Brian still continued to struggle with the demonic voices in his head each and every day in his life. He was so brave. In one of his final songs, Right Where I Belong, Brian sings this: "Well, I get anxious, I get scared a lot, I learn to live with it. It should get better, really, any day now. Some days, it really did. I know myself, I know my willpower will get me through again. If you stick with it, baby, things work out, you'll find a way to win." Brian was funny, gentle and pure, and he miraculously navigated his way through life, fighting through the deepest heartache and struggle, and still giving so much. Brian Wilson became the ultimate survivor. My heart is heavy. Be blessed the way you blessed us. Fly high and be at peace. The world will never forget you. Farewell, Brian Wilson.